The man lay in bed, his body a battlefield of pain. His doctors, the best in the world, had given him a death sentence. 1 year to live. Every breath was a struggle, every bite of food an act of defiance against a failing body. He had it all. More money than anyone could ever spend, and an empire that spanned the globe. Yet, in that moment, John D. Rockefeller understood the chilling, ironic truth. His wealth was utterly meaningless. Just a few years earlier, the world had trembled at his name. People called him the most powerful man on earth, a titan who had single-handedly built an oil empire. They whispered that he had a cold, calculating mind, a ledger book for a soul. But that wasn't the whole story. To truly understand him, you have to go back to the beginning. A scared 16-year-old boy in Cleveland, meticulously tracking every fund. Young John D. chased order. He saw the world as a broken, inefficient machine, and he felt a deep, almost desperate need to fix it. His motto, "Willful waste makes woeful want," wasn't just a business principle. It was the creed of a boy who'd grown up in poverty, terrified of going back. He became a bookkeeper, not because it was glamorous, but because it was predictable. It was safe. Then came the great oil boom. It was chaos, a lawless scramble for black gold, where fortunes were made and lost in a day. People saw a chance to strike it rich and get out of poverty. But John D. saw the frantic mess of it all, the constant price swings, the explosions, the waste. He didn't want to be a prospector hoping for a lucky gusher. He saw an entirely different kind of opportunity. He saw the refinery as the true prize. Think of it like this. Everyone was a fisherman, but Rockefeller realized that the true money wasn't in catching the fish. It was in owning the only factory that could process it. He built a refinery so efficient, so perfectly controlled, it was like a machine from the future. He wasn't just making kerosene, he was turning the waste into valuable products like petroleum jelly. He turned trash into gold. And his competitors, still out there in the chaotic fields, had no idea what oil. He began to do the unthinkable. He started to buy up his competitors one by one. The smaller businesses, still playing the unpredictable game of supply and demand, were no match for him. He'd walk into their offices and make them an offer they couldn't refuse. "You can sell to me now at a fair price," he'd say, "or I will put you out of business." And they believed him. Why? Because he had a secret weapon. A shocking deal with the railroads that gave him a massive discount on shipping, allowing him to sell his oil for less than it cost his rivals to make it. He was building an unstoppable machine, controlling over 90% of the oil in America. He wasn't just a business owner. He was a silent king, and the power went straight to his head. He was feared, respected, but not loved. His empire grew to an almost unimaginable size, and the stress, the sleepless nights, and the ruthlessness of his life began to take their toll. And so, we returned to the man in the bed. The doctor's words still hung in the air. 1 year to live. Lying there, crippled and alone, he was forced to confront the one thing he couldn't buy, his own mortality. He had spent his life meticulously building an empire of wealth, only to find that it was useless in his final hour. He had faced down competitors and politicians, but how could he fight death? He knew he had to find a way to live, to find a purpose beyond money. He had to change. But what could the richest man in the world possibly do that could save him? Rockefeller's story isn't just about making money. It's about seeing a problem and finding a solution. He saw chaos and created order. He saw waste and found efficiency. And he took that same methodical, strategic thinking and applied it to giving back. His story is a reminder that the path to success, or wealth, or any goal you have might not be the obvious one. Sometimes the real opportunity isn't in the gold rush. It's in being the person who sells the shovels. Or in his case, the person who builds the best refinery. What do you think of his story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn about another historical figure who shaped the modern world, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.